This is something that I have really wanted to share with a lot of you for a very long time. And today, finally, I'm taking this opportunity to share with you. As you all know, neither Dr. Gunjan Trivedi nor myself are trained psychologists. We do not have any formal degree in psychology. However, let me share some numbers with you. Gunjan Trivedi alone has more than 30 publications and 260 plus citations on all the papers he has published, mostly in the area of mental health. We have 3,000 digitized ACE or childhood trauma scores of our clients, based on which we are doing a lot of studies and research. We have more than 1,000 assessments of PTSD and C-PTSD. We have more than 10,000 hours of documented, digitized client sessions data, based on which we track their progress and we also check the measurability and the effectiveness of our interventions. 1,500 individuals once battled depression, anxiety, insomnia are now reporting complete relief. 500 plus individuals have been freed from their crippling phobias. And 1,200 plus individuals have rebuilt their self-esteem, moving from self-doubt to self-worth. 400 plus individuals we have worked with in helping them mend their blocked relationship. We have today digitized documented data of more than 3,000 clients so far. Of course, this does not include all the other data we have before we started digitizing them. So the data which is not digitized and not documented is over and above this. Besides this, in the last 2 years, we've had 2 papers published in Tier 1 and Tier 2 journals globally, which are the first of its kind papers from India. One was in the European Journal of Trauma and Dissociation on effectiveness of RTM for C-PTSD. In the same journal, we had also published a research paper on childhood trauma and PTSD. And recently in the Asian Journal of Psychiatry also, we had the first of its kind paper from India, where we brought out the new psychometric ACE assessment questionnaire relevant for Indian clients. We also have 600 plus Google reviews of clients who have taken work therapy from us, help from us, and have seen significant changes in their lives. And there are a few hundred others who have not chosen to give their review on Google, but instead given us anonymous feedback as well as referred clients to us. Now, how did we do all of this? Well, it is not just 2 of us doing this. We have a team, a big team, consisting of psychologists, psychotherapists who are not just based in Ahmedabad but based world over. Besides this, we also have a team of experts and mentors from the field of internal medicine, psychiatry, psychology, data analysis, statistics, AI, technology, and a host of other fields. And all of these people are helping us so that we can work together to create some new pathways, some new solutions in the mental health field in India. We also have a unique dashboard, which we call as kundli. And this dashboard gives us a bird's eye view of the entire psychological landscape of our client. So just by putting a client code, we are able to actually in one screen see their childhood trauma scores, their scores on anxiety, depression, insomnia, loneliness, social support, emotional resilience, parenting styles, PTSD, C-PTSD, etc. And also see after every session what is the kind of progress that has been made in each of these areas. So we are using a lot of technology, machine learning. We are also working with institutes like IIT in order to create new pathways in the area of mental health. I do believe that we are able to do all this because of the solid team of psychologists and technical experts that we have, but also because we are able to think out of the box. Remember, a lot of out of the box thinking, thought leadership, or disruptive innovations have come from people who are not trained in that field. Because we are not trained in a particular field, we are able to think out of the box and think of innovative solutions which people who are for years trained in the field are sometimes missing out or not able to see. Hence, I am not at all regretting that I do not have a formal degree in psychology. In fact, personally, I believe that the psychology education in India, as I have seen, is quite outdated. We are still learning theories and concepts given to us by Western philosophers and therapists of the 18th and 19th century, which are not even so relevant today. And some of it is not even relevant in the Indian context. Sadly, there is very few theories and concepts coming out of India and Indian knowledge systems, which are becoming the foundation of psychology education. So I think it is time that we from India create more and more research, more and more theories, more and more processes which are tested, published, researched, so that we can create new pathways in the mental health scenario. Like I mentioned, the recent paper also we published, we have been using a lot of assessment tools and methods which have been given to us by the West. And why are we using that? Because we have no other options, because that is where all the research is happening, all the testing is happening, all the validation is happening. The problem also is that in all these years, we have had to only go through research published by the West, because from India, very few research, practical research is coming from the field of psychology. The reality today is that most of the people who are practicing, who are in the clinical practice part of psychology, have very little time to gather data and publish research. And those who are publishing research are mostly academicians who are doing it for their academic interest. So again, when it comes to research on practical tools, applications, using technology, these areas, the research is very minuscule in India, and we at Wellness Space are trying to fill that gap. However, today India stands at the forefront. We want to be Atmanirbhar. We are going to have the highest population in the world. So it is time that when it comes to psychology education also, we need to bring about that change. And the change can be brought about by people within and also by the people who are outside, which is how Gunjan and I have been trying to work in this area. I would also like to add here that a lot of psychologists have supported us. They are seeing our course, our curriculum, our interventions with an open mind. They are wanting to learn it, or some of them are also extended their help and support in our research. And there are other psychologists who are trolling us or pulling us down or questioning on what gives you the right to do this work and how come you don't have a formal degree. All I would like to say is that let's all put our heads down. Let's all get to work and see how each and every day we can create such numbers, such data, such processes that can create new pathways, new changes in the area of mental health in our country. We all want to make a difference, I know that. But to make a difference, I do not believe that you have to have a degree in psychology. We have a very solid team of supporters, mentors, psychologists who are helping us to do all these processes. I'm sure all of you who are young psychologists and listening to this, I would really like to tell you, give you this challenge that whatever you study, whatever you learn, whatever little work you do, please document it. Please gather data. Please measure the efficacy and then publish it. And keep doing this. It might not give you the money, but it will definitely give you the confidence and the credibility to take your work forward. Unfortunately, a whole generation of psychologists who have been trained up to their master's degree have only studied theoretical concepts of psychology. Very few are actually trained in practical tools and techniques that can help them address mental health conditions. Most of them end up going abroad or learning from people outside, techniques like CBT or regression or hypnotherapy, etc. And on the other hand, we have psychiatrists who have learned only to medicate their clients. I think the answer is somewhere in between. Wellness Space is playing in that zone in between, where on one hand, we do work with psychologists to do the detailed assessments. We do work with psychiatrists in cases which need medical interventions, which are very severe. But most of our approaches operate in the space in between, which are non-invasive techniques ranging from hypnotherapy, NLP, Gestalt, psychosynthesis or parts work, empty chair, inner child work, past life regression, current life regression, Six Sigma tools and processes, coaching, 7 habits. So these are all the techniques that we bring to the table which help our clients achieve results and which also contribute to the work we are doing. All the processes that we follow, we measure the progress, we measure the efficacy, and we publish research papers which are out there for everybody to see. Last but not the least, we have still lots more research in the pipeline, lots of exciting work happening. Somebody from working in the public health domain in US had seen our work and was so impressed and said, well, a lot of the work you do can also be applicable there. So we are getting a lot of support from global thought leaders, from people who are experts in their field, who are really seeing our work with open mind and fresh eyes. So there's a long way to go. And we, every single day, Gunjan and myself wake up with the one single thought that what can we do today that will contribute to the nation building, to our country, to the thought leadership of our country. So when our Prime Minister is saying Atmanirbhar Bharat, well, this is our small little way to contribute to the Atmanirbhar Bharat. So I would really, this video is not about showing off our work, and it is not also about, talking about people who put us down, but this is more about talking to all of you who are studying psychology, that please challenge yourselves every single day. Please ask yourselves, what is it that you can do differently? How can you build upon the existing framework to create new solutions, new approaches to the looming mental health pandemic that we are already facing today? That's all. Have a nice day.